What is your definition of honest?
Honesty means reporting the facts as they are
Yes.
and being true about.
Okay, you are a leader and you want to be honest.
Yeah.
To what extent, what is the definition of your honesty now as a leader?
As a leader, I would have to put the interests of the company before mine.
Yes.
So considering that, my percentage of honesty with my
Yeah, now you are on the right track. So
That's the fact.
honesty has a percentage.
Yeah.
So honesty has a percentage. You can't be 100% honest. So 100% honest is not possible. So yesterday I have just mentioned honesty. Commitment should be 100%. Commitment should be 100% in whatever you do. But honesty you have to qualify. Qualify again according to what is going on in the environment in which you are surviving. Then ability to delegate. Ability to delegate, even if you have one person who is your assistant, then also you have to develop this ability. Because if you are not trusting him or her, so then you are not trusting him or her, fearing that if he or she becomes good, then she might take your place. This problem is also there. People don't teach their juniors for fear, but that is also wrong. That's also wrong because the world is moving ahead. So the leaders should think ahead. Everything has been moving. You can understand that 20th century has been such a century which has changed the world more than in previous 1000 years. Just see, 20th century, before 20th century, we did not have motor car, we did not have aeroplane, there was no question of going to the moon. All this has changed in one century. But in 21st century, things are changing even faster. Right or wrong? So if the leader cannot say, okay, I will not teach my assistant, otherwise he will take my place, that's a story which is finished, which is no longer relevant. We must go ahead and everyone has to apply mind, everyone has to keep on thinking okay, how I can improve my efficiency. And that should be imbibed in your personality. So it's nothing great. It should be a part of your life. The quest to know more, the quest for improvement should be a part of the life of people who are at your level. See, it's okay for a guy joining the government job as a clerk and he keep on moving. That's different, but that is not your story. Your story, you have to carve out your way, and you have worked so much that you want that life should repay you. And that can be only if you move ahead. Communication, we have been talking about communication since yesterday. Communication improvement is a must. And for that you require first of all confidence. Second, you require content. Thirdly, you require ability to speak clearly, then ability to modulate your voice, then command over language. And finally, the confidence will help you to coordinate your mind and your speech. This is also very important, but if no rules are there, you have only to move ahead with practice. That is why I call you here again and again in all my programs, again and again, because every time you come here, now for example, I was quite surprised the way he spoke. This gentleman, he spoke really with conviction. मुझे लगा कि he is our Prime Minister. He spoke very well, considering how then introduction yesterday in the morning when he spoke, and now it's a big difference. It's a big difference. So what I am saying is that this you have to take ahead. There is no such thing that whatever you have covered belongs to you. No. for this, you remember the story of the ant. There used to be one poem I don't come across. And goes up, falls down. Goes up, again falls down. You know, falls down means you lose the. So likewise, in music, if Lata Mangeshkar does not practice, does not do the riyaz every day, she will also not be able to sing as well. So now, even though professionally she is not so active, but still she is doing riyaz. It has become a part of her life. So it should be a part of your life to do riyaz of communication all the time. She has to sit with Tanpura, with Masterji, Guruji, who will provide tabla and all that. But you don't have to do. Wherever you are speaking. Yeah. So whenever you are speaking, you have to remember. You have to remember good language, no repetition, no extra words, clarity and modulation. So this is all that if you remember, then what will happen? You find yourself, yes, you are doing a lot better. Things are easier. You are handling people also easier. Because I feel if you can control your speech, you can control your life. You may not agree with me. How many people will agree with me? I have many people agree with me. I tell you, it is 100% true. If you control your speech, you control your life. What is your life? Your life is your relationship with others. Your life is how happy you are, how sad you are. But if your words are absolutely controlled, and another thing, you need a little more. Okay, understand life is not straight line. If you are progressing, it is not you are going to progress like this. It's ups and downs for all the life. So that means you must be practical, pragmatic. You must understand what is life. You understand what is life and control your speech, then you are the happiest. Then, because speech will build better relations, will ensure that you are never angry where you should not be, will also ensure that you show your anger, just show your anger wherever necessary, but don't get angry. Don't get angry at all. It doesn't help at all. And if you say we are human beings, temper is normal, nothing. Well, everything is normal. Then becoming actually is also very difficult. Everybody cannot. So if you have to clear those papers, you also clear the paper of continuous improvement. Continuous improvement in life, which will be very helpful. Now, sense of humor. How will you develop sense of humor? Some of, I think, in this seminar, somebody said the ability to laugh others, or not here.
Ability to laugh at ourselves.
Yes, to laugh at ourselves. That ability we have to develop. First requirement is that we should not be ashamed of making mistakes. Second is that we must understand there is nobody who doesn't make a mistake. Third is that if I should not be very secretive. Of course, I am not saying 100% you expose yourself. Certain weaknesses you have to overcome without anybody knowing it. But certain small things like shyness is not something which you have to be secretive. If you are secretive, you will become more shy. You will go deeper into the web. So those things, I think certain things which we can share and we can overcome. So likewise humor, but it is not enough to laugh at yourself. You need a lot more. I would say, okay, buy a book good book where humorous anecdotes are classified. So then wherever you are going to attend a social gathering or whatever, your friends or you have to work it out, then speak one such anecdote. Storytelling is also an art which all of you must practice this art. Storytelling is related to your speech, but storytelling is a little different art. So storytelling, when you can create a scene, when you can create a picture, so that you can, if you have a desire, if you are really you have a command on the language. But here I am saying that telling a humorous story is very difficult. Telling a humorous story is an art which you all must develop. So that is, normally an anecdote, at the last moment there is a twist, and that twist makes people laugh. And if you are able to sustain yourself, you see, not become a little fast at that time, not get any kind of hiccups or smile or laugh yourself. If you laugh yourself, others will weep. So therefore, you have to develop that ability. And the best thing is, have a guide. Have a guide. Guide means buy a book. There are books are available, subject-wise, they properly listed. Then the kind of gathering you are going, you will be able to relate to what kind of anecdotes are good. And then you will start creating your own. Then when you look back on your life, you will have many such stories which are your own, which are not picked up. But initially you have picked up. Initially you have to pick up. Then there are other things like, these days people are not pursuing fun on the language, on the words. But I find of late, Twitter, because you have to use only 140 characters. Now in 140 characters you have to say something significant. So then some of the people, somehow there is a trend, and I find humor is coming on Twitter. Like once tweeted, at least now we feel that the lost humor is coming back, at least on one platform. Yes, there are many bad things also. People use language which is not very civil. So you keep on repeating whatever you have to say. It's only dignity of language you must maintain, and which we must maintain. When we maintain the dignity of language, then we have to apply mind. Now, apply mind should be imbibed in your personality as such, everywhere you apply. And you don't say that mind is limited to that. By applying mind, your mind sharpens and it becomes more helpful. Now, there are some fruit sellers I have seen here in Delhi also. So they have long knife, and once I found that knife is much of the knife is already gone. It has become very thin, and become very. So when I asked, he says by cutting the fruit, the knife, the steel also gets reduced. If I take back to some village life, there used to be one tap. Suppose there is a tap, then there will be one stone. On stone, those ladies used to keep those mitti ka, that earthen pot. Now, earthen pot used to make a dent in the stone. Stone is very hard, but still there is a dent. Then earthen pot, which is very soft. So repetitive use, it does that. So sense of humor you have to develop, for which there is no simple way. But it is only you keep on using humor in whatever way, in the language or with some anecdotes, you will start developing the way. Creativity. What is creativity? Yes, you tell me. What is creativity?
Developing new ideas.
Yes. Thinking out of the box. All the problems cannot be solved by simple calculations. You are good calculators, but sometimes these calculations will fail you. So you have to try it. You have to be creative. Think something which is out of the ordinary, which is not as per the rules. So that also, now for example, he will try to play some games, management games we play. And you know, there again creativity is required. If you have a problem, how to resolve this problem. So creativity is thinking out of the box and using unconventional methods to solve certain problems. Positive attitude. Assess yourself and then tell me by raising hands who have positive attitudes. First raise hand. Okay, I'm glad. All have positive. Negative attitude. Anyone? No. Towards life. You have a bit. Why do you say that? Where is the negative?
Yes, generally, before doing anything, I generally see the worst part only.
No, first part as a caution or worst part.
As like I predict only worst will happen.
Acha, predict. That is negative.
I feel like only worst will out with the outcome. So I rarely feel like something positive will come out of it.
So, okay. Does that deter you from taking some action sometimes? Many times, then that is negative. So that you should ward off. It is not good. A positive attitude also means you should have some ability to take risks. The biggest risk in life is not taking any risk. If you are not taking any risk, that is the biggest risk. So therefore, see what we know, life, how is anybody sure of life? 100% sure. You can say, okay, as calculators, 99.999999, but somewhere you lose that sure. Remember always 9/11. Those people who were sitting, working, and talking to each other in different parts of the globe, could they ever think that this thing will happen? Unless, I think about 4,000-5,000 people lost their lives. That is not only there. Here also small things do happen. So, we don't have to think about the worst. Yes, thinking the worst is not negative. But caution, taking into view, okay, this is the worst thing can also happen, and then what I should do. Caution is not negative. Caution is positive. Taking precautions for important decisions, drawing a line, do's and don'ts of pros and cons. That is not negative. That is your planning or calculation, and actually you people are the best calculators. So therefore, caution is good. Caution one must cautious. You should be, but negative attitude is not good. Negative attitude is not good. Intuition. Intuition you will develop again if you Start trusting your own self. Now, if I say only 10 seconds for giving an answer, so give the answer in 5 seconds or 10 seconds. 10 seconds is the limit. So, what will happen? It can go wrong, but it can also go right. Now, have you heard of Murphy's laws? Who has heard of Murphy's laws? So, what is the most important law of Murphy's law? What is the most known?
One of the most known Murphy's laws are if anything that can go bad will go bad at that given time. And for each situation in life or while executing anything, there are certain